How's it going, YouTube? I'm going live on it right now. I am trying something new. Welcome to Positively Diverse, everybody. We're going to have TikTok going and YouTube going, and we're going to see how audio picks up. We're going to start getting comfortable with these things. These are things that I am new to in a way. Let's see. Sign in to chat. Okay, I don't need that. I just need to see chat. Okay, that's running. Let me fix that down a little bit. Okay. And I'm gonna hit live over here, and I'm gonna hope that audio issues are worked out. Okay. I don't usually. Let's see. Let's double check if yep. Okay, we can have guests. Let's just double check buttons over here. Okay. Yep. Okay. Go live with guests. Those are up. Friends not watching this live. Friends. Okay. Yep. Cool. And then what do I invite him to be guest? Is that what that is? All right, whatever. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Positively Diverse. We just hit the button right now, and we got simultaneously things going on right now. Got YouTube over here on the left. I got TikTok right here in front of me on the right. We're going to go ahead and start episodes so you can actually watch these later dates. And so if you feel like you joined too late and you want to watch these things and you're like, oh, goddamn, but what conversation did I miss? Or if you are part of this, you're listening, you're driving, doing laundry, you're at work and you have to walk away for a moment, you're going to be able to go to the channel and instantly find your episodes that you left off on. And not even just that, if you watch via YouTube, you'll be able to back out and just go right back in right where you left off, even if we're live in the moment. So that is something we are trying to get in order, and I hope that's going to work out smooth. So, you know, actually, let me get this threshold up a little bit, because I don't like the thought that you hear me breathing. I don't know. You let me know how the audio is coming across. I hope I'm not breathing too hard. Fucking Ryan, what up, brother? Thanks for tapping your screen, man. So yeah, I got TikTok running here, YouTube running here. We're going to try to find ourselves some conversations to have. So if anybody's willing to come on up and talk about whatever you'd like, kind of trying to lean towards the politics side, finding out why people voted Trump, what were they hoping to get out of it, what were their leading reasons, how did they come to the conclusion that this was their best choice? Are they seeing what they wanted to see? I am noticing myself personally that a lot of people are changing the reasons they voted for Trump. And I say that because prior to the elections, a lot of the people coming up were talking about, you know, grocery prices. My wallet hurts. I could see it in my wallet. I want this to change. I want, you know, to be able to afford groceries again, gas again, all that stuff. I want my eggs down and things like that, you know. And I'm pretty sure that we all could agree when it comes to egg prices. Yes, that was a bird flu thing. I'm pretty sure that we could all agree that the inflation started with COVID and things like that. That put it out of whack. Like, inflation's always been here, guys. We want inflation to be like, what is it, like 1.5 to 2%. If you have inflation at 0, that's when we start getting into a recession, and that's why I laugh whenever I see somebody say, "Hey, Elon Musk is going to bring inflation down to 0%," which is not what we want. It is not what we want. That's not the goal, and things like that. But this conversation here, this platform right now on TikTok, is where I'd like to give us all a space to talk, to be heard, because, all right, so this channel right here, Positively Diverse, it's not just my channel, it's my wife's and I's, and we created this to engage in discussion and hear why people think the way they do. We try to see if people can articulate and convey it across to us why they did it, and we completely 100% encourage critical thinking. We like to be able to find out people who, well, look at that. You got the #2 gifter badge. What did you do? I got to get something worked out over here on this side also, so I can see what's happening. Can I see chat while we're up here? I don't know. We're gonna find, like I said, we're finding out things as we go. That's all happening. I definitely see the chat. Chat is running smooth, but we encourage critical thinking. One thing that people have asked, I'm like, oh, what's a tall tale sign of somebody who's like not really intelligent? Like, it's a sad way of putting it, but what's a sign that people are not able to, you know, think through? Are they critically thinking properly? And that's saying, what if you're wrong? And that's being able to ask yourself just that. What if I was wrong about this? What would that mean? What would you expect to see if something was true? And are we seeing it? And so it's not just about feelings, it's about facts. And not to say that means fucking throw feelings out altogether. Feelings are definitely something that should be contributed to your conversation and what you want to get out of it. But we are here looking for conversations now to see how people think the way they do, and why. So I'm going to go and encourage anybody. The guest box is open. Go ahead and request a box up. I would love to find some Trump supporters to talk to, or just Trump voters in a sense, because I've even heard that people are regretting their vote. But like I was saying earlier, before this, it was about people saying, my wallet hurts, I want grocery prices down. And all of a sudden, we see him get in office, and it's completely flipped. It's turned. He's pushing tariffs, and he's talking about, like the tariffs will, like when he was running, he was saying tariffs would bring prices down. And, people believe that. They like, oh, yeah, we're going to tax other countries. We're going to help bring like the debt down and things like that, while simultaneously talking, saying tariffs will help bring prices down, which is absolutely crazy. It's what he said himself. He said it on the podium. Tariffs are not coming out of your pocket. We're taxing other countries. It's not on you guys. But we all know by now, right, that tariffs are going to be put on the importer, the businesses here, and then they put those costs on the people. And the way tariffs bring businesses back to the U.S., which is something all of a sudden people are like, yeah, we need to focus on bringing businesses back to the U.S., which is a complete contradiction to affordable groceries and living. 100% contradicting. So you want lower groceries, or do you want to tariff, which brings prices up on imports, encouraging companies to, yes, start their companies here, to start building here so they don't import it because it's more expensive. And people like, and that's not just it being expensive. The drive is it's so expensive that we won't want to buy it anymore. But we are living in a scenario, in a reality where we have to buy these things still. We can't slow down buying our necessities. So that puts us in a world of hurt right now, having all these things raised. And yes, it'll make an incentive for businesses to start new businesses or expand to make to make all these products here, so we don't have to bring them in from elsewhere. And so what that does is it elevates everything, while, like I said, a lot of people were voting because grocery prices would go down. The promise that on day one, grocery prices would go down. And then seeing days come to pass that day one passed, and him saying lowering grocery prices is harder than you think. And not just saying, I'm going to continue focusing on bringing those grocery prices down. He turned the whole book and saying, we're going to push tariffs, so we're going to get businesses back, which is the complete opposite of bringing prices down for anybody and their cost of living. By the way, guys, dude, Ryan, you fucking just tapped away and got us straight up to 1,000 likes. Thank you so much, brother. By the way, guys, thank you for coming on by. Tap your screens on the, like, as you're passing by, just give some taps. I fucking love you guys for that. If you don't like what you're hearing, and this is something that's just like, just noise in your ear, and you're like, what is this bullshit? Tap even harder. Smack me in the face a few times, guys. Just, fuck around, But welcome. Thank you for being here. This is Positively Diverse on TikTok. I am encouraging people to come on up and have conversations. I would like to hear your part on this, especially when it comes to the tariffs. And I'm curious, do you want grocery prices to go down? I really don't know, because I have not been hearing that lately. I've been hearing, I want wars to stop and things like that. The said wars that he said would be resolved before he even got in office. The same ones that are still happening right now that we're like, peace talks are finally happening. But not just that, we had to dangle something in front of Ukraine to even make peace. I don't even know why the fuck we're part of these talks in a sense. But we had to dangle like, hey, if we're going to help you out here, you got to give us some, rich resources here, and we got to get something out of it. I don't know why such thing needed to be thrown in the fucking bucket there, because we signed fucking like agreements in the past saying we would just defend them if they were invaded. And it was just that. I don't like, and then all of a sudden we're here now saying how, like, we're not even calling Putin the aggressor any longer. We have the president making comments saying, I don't know why Ukraine joined a war they knew they weren't going to win when they were attacked. As if you're supposed to roll over. That's what we're learning, what the president's saying. Hey, if you get attacked by a stronger guy, you roll over, man. You play dead. You know what? You don't even play dead. You give them your wallet. You give them everything, and they'll stop. Hey, the killing will end when you give them everything. And is that what people are advocating all of a sudden for? Like, hey, we want death to stop. Yes, but do we roll over to do that now? Is that really the objective to stopping death and all this? Like, is that how we achieve peace, by giving in? Is that really what's being advocated for? It bothers the hell out of me. I don't get it. I don't even get why we are going into Gaza to all of a sudden bring it up. They're like, hey, the place is in shambles. It needs some cleaning. So we foot the bill here? All of a sudden, all that money, like, goddamn, guys, I thought you were so excited about the Doja department trying to cut down spendings and things like that. And here we are saying, hey, we're going to rebuild Gaza? Like, and then what? All of a sudden, Trump's going to be like, hey, we're going to come up with some real estate over there, and the profits from that real estate are going to work towards our national debt. Like, what do you expect is the next step from this besides profits in someone's pocket? What I'm thinking will happen myself personally is we will take Gaza, we will rebuild it, and then we're going to have everybody saying, why the fuck are we over there? Like, are we going to stay over there? And he's going to give it to fucking Yahoo. You know what? That is like right off the fucking tongue. I really like that. Secular Me, welcome to the family, man. Thanks for hitting that follow. Hell yeah, welcome to the family. But yeah, I Yahoo. I'm just BV Netanyahu. I'm gonna call him Yahoo. I like that a lot. That really sticks right there. But I really think that what is gonna end up happening is we are gonna build it up. We're gonna make it brand new again after ethnically cleansing the land by kicking the Palestinians out. They're not going to be obviously moving over to Israel and coming back. They're not moving to Egypt and coming back. They're being just kicked the fuck out. That's literally what I see. I haven't heard anything said about, hey, they're allowed back. I've heard more about them not. Poma, welcome to the family. Thanks for hitting that follow, guys. And by the way, please hit those follows now. And that is how you get the notifications when we go live. You can be here for our future discussions. You see whenever we post videos, and you become part of the family that way. Well, right here, we're trying to start a community, which is a community that is on both sides. I'd like to say, I'd like everyone to feel welcome to follow the channel and hear these discussions and get to know one another. I would like us to be able to meet in the middle here somehow, because I do acknowledge that would be hard, could be hard. It's like, you know, hey, you voted on the same side that the KKK are backing up and things like that. And it's like, I'm not going to call people shitty because they voted for it's shitty that they didn't do the research or the critical thinking on what it makes you out to look like. But because there are truly shitty people on that side, in the sense of, you know, I'm going to say it, there are good people on both sides in this one, because people voted for him misunderstanding certain topics, the rhetoric that's been thrown around by media, making people misled with, you know, just completely fake shit, completely fake stories, and people have been misled. People have been misled, and I believe that a lot of people want good things and are wanting just that. When it came to Charlottesville, saying good people on both sides, when there is only one objective about white nationalists, and that makes that statement there some bullshit. But I totally believe that there are good people on both sides when it comes to Republicans and Democrats. And I believe it's a lot of misunderstandings and things like that. I'm not a Democrat myself. I'm an independent. I encourage everybody to be independent and think that way. And one day I would like to think, I'm like, you know, one of my posts I would like to have this be is, would you vote for me, kind of a thing. Is there a way we can meet in the middle and all compromise? Because I've heard both sides say it more time and time again. There is more that relates us than splits us apart. And they do keep these, you know, certain heightened topics in there to keep us divided. It's not left versus right. It's up versus down. And I'm a big believer in that. And I feel like I can try to help people acknowledge that. And so that's what this channel is, to keep the conversation going and everybody to critically think and realize what's happening around them. And just somehow we can fix this, some fucking how, because it truly feels that we're holding on by a thread. This country, it is no longer the country we knew, or it's not in the direction of the country that it was founded to be. We have the official White House like posting pictures of Trump being king, saying the king has returned, when like goddamn dude, king, like things like kings and queens are what we escape from. We don't want to have pushed ideologies onto us. We want to be able to live and have the president work for us, not bowing to the president. And like that's what this whole MAGA cult is. Like I will call you a MAGA cult if you answer to him, when you got to realize he should be answering to you. That is what the presidential seat is. And so I am hoping that somehow we can hold on to this and move further. But keep in mind, guys, I am looking for discussions to have. I thank you everyone for who has hit the follow and become part of the family. I am looking for talks to have. Please hit that join. And another thing that might help too out of all this is I am kind of troubleshooting audio in a sense. I am already crossing fingers that when somebody does join, we'll be able to hear somebody properly and that we can have a conversation smooth. And so that's already a fingers crossed. But waiting for that first discussion of the day. I am also here on YouTube. I got that up and running. I'm side by side. I got YouTube here. I got TikTok here, and you can find both of these channels. Like you've obviously already found this one, but you could find us under Positively Diverse over on YouTube, and you can watch these videos after they're done. If you feel like you've joined too late and you sound like you already came in the middle of a conversation, go ahead, go to YouTube. These will be posted up, and you'll be able to hear these over. Hit pause, hit play, rewind, fast forward, do whatever you need over there. And this over here on TikTok is the live experience until you get banned for 10 minutes for somebody saying, hey, sexual exploitation or some shit like that, because that's happened. People get upset that in bullying. There was a time I got flagged for bullying because I was venting. I was venting hard. I was so pissed off with how everyone is letting what's happening around us slide. The whole Elon thing, the whole not listening to judges and pushing forward regardless of what they say, the whole slanting of the Supreme Court. Shit is scary. People always say, I'm like, hey, this is nothing new. You're always, people are always scared in politics. Politics is like, this is the same game. This is the same song and dance that's always happened. What one side wins that's not yours, and you're upset and you feel like the world's going to end. And then your guy gets it and you're like, hey, happy shit. And then the other side saying the world's going to end. But genuinely here, the checks and balances that are being ignored and just being like, it's a whole new president. It's a whole new president of, what should be happening, and there is a genuine worry about, hey, is this gonna fucking stay sturdy? Are we gonna actually have a functioning government by the end of this, or at least one that is democratic and put together by the Constitution? Will that constitutional government be here still? It's an actual worry, and I know I'm not alone with that. By the way, guys, if you enjoy what you're hearing right now, just let me know I'm not alone. Just type a quick 1 in your chat. A quick 1 in your chat. I understand, hey, you know what? You might be working, you might be driving, you might not be able to do that. But I'm curious about how many active listeners are out there to the point where, you know, who could take their time and just go 1? Curious about it. But I do see a few people out there chilling with me here, hearing what I have to say. And hey, you got to all start somewhere. Like I said, I am trying to start a community where we could all see in this together. We all want to move forward with this. We all want to be able to, save what we have. And like I said, I feel like we could get this together. Didn't he run on government reform? This isn't reform. Reform would be you're bringing it down to the Constitution and how Constitution should be working. Bypassing Constitution, how it should be displayed in there, is not really bringing it back to zero. That's not bringing it back to zero. That is dismantling the government itself and just starting, and they're like putting in place how they feel it should go. Starting from scratch and doing some reform on the government, it should just be, then this is when you ask yourself, if this is what they're doing, what should we see? If they're trying to have government reform and trying to start, from scratch new, we should see it constructing to the Constitution, by the Constitution, having the checks and balances there. And it's kind of not what we're seeing right now. It is bypassing. It is ignoring judges. It is people, what is it? The whole Doge thing. But we've already seen more than a few times where they've flat out lied about how much they've saved or cut. There's more than a handful of things that they destroyed that wasn't even a things that were tangible money in the sense of it wasn't losses, it wasn't mismanagement, and they're cutting those things. All I can see is, all right, like this is another thing. Ask yourself, what would you see and what do you see? So if this was going to be something used to the benefit of Musk, what would you see? Well, you would see, like, you know, money being taken away and resources taken away from checks and balances on said companies and conflicts of interest and things like that. And we see just that. Why was the FAA such a, like, god damn, the FAA, like, did we have a fucking issue with what the fuck does FAA stand for? But you know, the planes in the sky. What issues were we having before that? Like, yes, there was the one plane crash and the helicopter, and we haven't seen anything like that in a long time. But was that a reason to cut FAA? Is that a reason to limit FAA, or should we expand FAA? And the reason I say, why would why would Musk have a conflict of interest with FAA? We can all answer that one. All of us. We don't even need to think about it. You got Starlink, SpaceX, like that alone. He was under investigations about mismanagement and safety concerns himself. So if we are trying to find mismanagement in funds, it wasn't there. They were doing their job, calling him out, making sure he's going at the right pace, not being destructive about it, and just doing things right. And then what were the other ones? All of a sudden you're seeing attorney generals being fired, and they're saying, hey, we're cutting down. And what's the job of an attorney general? It's to be kind of outside the government in a sense and look and just call out the bullshit, hold them accountable. This is the mismanagement part. This is the fraud and abuse. This is their job. And what do we see? We see a handful of them get fired. And what do we expect to see if there was any kind of conflict of interest? You would see them having some correlations to the president or Musk or something like that. And what was the correlation? It was the same attorney generals that were in on just doing their job, researching the what was it? The felony things, the mismanagement on Trump's end with his team, and also I don't think too many people like. I don't know why this is completely under the radar. I don't know why people just don't drive this one home all the fucking time. I guess people save it in their pocket as this is me going for the throat for a debate and putting it down. But the fake electorate scheme is something everybody should be very familiar with. This is documented. You can see it. You can it went to court and it was going it lined up to be going to court. The whole case was being put together of him, and no, actually it did go to court. This was acknowledged by his lawyer and everything. 7 states, the swing states in 2020, they made fake electorates. These aren't alternate electorates, because alternate electorates get signed off by the governor of the state and then get sent up. These were not assigned by the governors. These were not ran by them. This went straight over their heads. And this is the point of January 6th delaying the vote, is because he encouraged Pence to choose these alternate slate of electors, fake slate of electors, to literally overturn all of this. Voting needs to be on the blockchain. I'm going to need you to kind of explain that a little more to me. Blockchain, I'm more familiar with in the sense of cryptos and such. But is that more of just can't be fucked with? Just vote on the blockchain and it just... I almost feel like a way to, if this is where you're going with it. A public ledger. Yes, I completely agree with that. 100%. I believe that we are in a time right now, obviously very technical, we have a lot of tech, that we should be able to have your secured account to put in a vote. You have your one, we don't have one person, one vote, because of the Electoral College. Some states have twice or 3 times the amount of a vote as you do, just because the size of the state. Talk about DEI, because that's equity inclusion. That's right there. That's having more people have more of a say than you do. Like, it's fucking baffling to me. It's insane. Your answer about the FAA is to just throw more money at the problem? No, it was, if anything, more money would have been put into it, but not a million billion more would fix this scenario. If anything, don't fire anybody doing their job and expect at least that. When you see accidents happening in the sky, do you think that the problem is too many people are talking on the radio at the same time? Is that your answer? Because I don't see that happening. There is a completely well thing put in place. And if you have an issue, it's not let's take people away or take money away. That's not the answer. It's we got to, better training, maybe find out what the fuck happened at the very least, and not just say, hey, it was DEI that did it. That was stupid. Literally, when we have crises in the U.S., you should have your president consoling the people and saying, you know what, this is a hard time. We're going to get through this. We all have a moment where we got to find out what needs to be fixed, and we will work on this and make sure things like this don't happen again. But he straight up said, well, there's speculations about what happened and things like that. And you shouldn't be saying the speculations. You should wait till there's further fucking like investigations before you start spewing. And he goes, well, there's some ideas of what happened. And I'm going to say those ideas. It was DEI, which like, again, is the start of a new fucking lie that has come to pass, because people are thinking, oh, DEI means the unqualified get the fucking job, when that's not what DEI is. It's not at all. It's first, before you choose the minority to get the job, and like, remember, this is not only what DEI is. DEI has a whole lot of other fucking things involved in this. But when it comes to the hiring portion of it, and you have a minority and a non, or they could both be minorities, and maybe find out who's the bigger minority, I guess. But they both have to be qualified bare minimum already. Both qualified. Not so they're equally qualified. And which way do we go? I'm like, well, you know what? This company's literally all white, so we're going to go with the other minority or some shit like that. You give the people that are seeming to have the cards stacked against them, and you give them the opportunity. And that's how we kind of diversify things or what happened. If they were doing their job, it wouldn't have happened, right? Yeah, mistakes fucking happen. I don't think they fired you. How many people do you think had a fucking hand in that one, like the mishap there? Do you think half the like people in other fucking states had well, maybe, who knows, if it was their flight, things like that, contact, but people who had nothing to fucking do with it, people that didn't make the mistake, people doing their job lost their jobs. It wasn't just that airport or anything that had to do with that flight. That was not it whatsoever. I don't understand how you can just not see the conflict of interest with this, because it's multiple agencies, all that saw cuts, firings, that all had to do with Musk's investigations and jobs and putting him under scrutiny. It lined up. But you really think that it was an issue of people not doing their jobs? Actually, that would be a good thing of looking up to see what the investigation has shown so far. Plane into helicopter. Investigation showed what? All right, we're gonna find an answer here together, everybody. But what we have now is DI. There not one qualify. There is not one qualify. What we have now is DEI. There no one qualify. When you have DEI, they have to at least qualify for the job. You can't just be like, this person knows half. It's cabinet. Oh, 100%. They are not qualified. Like, literally, yeah, what they're advocating for, they're like, hey, dude, fucking Ryan, dude, thank you so much. 5,000 likes. I see 3.1 on my end for some fucking reason. I don't know if you tap so much that only so many people can put in, but if you've been tapping fucking that much, man, thank you so goddamn much. By the way, guys, if you're out there, you're watching, you're chilling, you're enjoying the conversation, and you're just relaxing, please just tap your screen while you're doing it. If you're just sitting back, just give a little tappity tap tap. And if it says follow up here in the corner still, go ahead and tap that too. That gets you the notifications when we go live, post anything, and become part of the family that way. Palma, thank you so much for tapping your screen as well. All right, let's see what's happening. If you're referring to a specific invention where the plane transformed into a helicopter, no. Oh, I spelled investigation. Plane crashed into helicopter investigation. Showed what? Where did that take place? Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of this has happened. All right. January 29, 2025, a tragic mid-air collision occurred over the Potomac River near Ronald Reagan Airport involving an American Airlines Bombardier and a U.S. Army Black Hawk. All 67 aboard the crash perished. Altitude deviation. Investigations revealed that the Black Hawk helicopter was operating at approximately 278 feet above mean sea level during the collision. This exceeds the authorized altitude of 200 feet for its designated route. All right, step one. It wasn't the fucking airports that fucked up. It was the fucking military. Communication issues. The helicopter crew may have missed critical air traffic control instructions, specifically that they might not have heard directives to pass behind the incoming jet, possibly due to overlapping radio transmissions. That's a possibility, is what that's saying. Staffing concerns. At the time of the incident, only one air traffic controller was managing both helicopter and airplane operations, a deviation from standard practice, which typically assigns these tasks to two separate controllers during the periods of high traffic. All right, so one person doing a two-person job? What's the answer? Should we be firing people or hiring people? What's the answer? What's the answer? The answer on his cabinet, and you flip-flopped real quick. What are you talking about? Flip-flop? No, I'm saying it's a joke how his cabinet is like, they're saying, hey, because DEI encourages you to be qualified. And then over here, you have the cabinet saying, hey, we're going back to hiring the qualified, and we're gonna choose how would you say that? Quality of your knowledge in the area over what ethnicity you are, or if you're debilitated in some way. We're going to look at your qualifications before anything else. And you have the cabinet with no fucking qualifications that meets the standards of what should be. So it's completely fucking opposite in what they're advocating for. You want qualified people, and yet you see a cabinet complete. We have a Fox News host. Yes, he served in the military, not in any leading capacity whatsoever, doing grunt work. And we got rid of the guy, what was it, 15 years in the Army in leading capacities with the fucking, the know-how for all this. We go with the Fox News host. That is not choosing the qualified for the job. So that's more of an example of what you guys in the Republican and the right think is happening with DEI, is more of what that is. Like that concept of, hey, we're having unqualified people there because we want, yes men, not in the direction we should be going. Like that's a good example of what you think is happening elsewhere, but that's not what's happening elsewhere. That is happening over in the White House, though. Definitely what's happening in the White House. Unqualified, getting the job. All across. Goddamn. Like, Fox News host, guy that served, less than 5 years, never had a leading role whatsoever. And the guy who promised during his, not nomination, but his hearing for being elected for the seat, he promised, he swore that while he had this job, he would not drink a drop. He swore that. And people are like, you didn't swear that. He did. What he didn't respond to was, if you have another drink, will you resign your position? And he didn't answer to that one. But now we have videos of him straight up, like, here. If we want to see contradicting things, like, here we go. What's that fucker's name? Pete Hegseth, right? Pete Hegseth. Drinking on TV in the middle of an interview, like, goddamn. All right, let's see here. So first, let's start off with what's happening here. I don't need no pictures. I need videos. What's happening? What is all this bullshit? Google worked correctly. By the way, guys, thank you for tapping and hanging out there and just chilling with me. My morning would have been very just kind of non-eventful otherwise. This is, not that I don't do the same rants to myself a little bit, a little more inner monologue, but I get to share it with people. Awesome. And I got my buddy Ryan out there chilling too with me too. And like fucking this guy also, by the way, if you like good music and original music, fucking follow this guy Ryan down in the comments right there. Awesome stuff. Completely encouraged. He does also been doing some new lives lately. YouTube, just fucking great guy right there. Put it that bag you go. All right, so let's start with Pete Hegseth's Promise, and then go to video after that. Pete Hegseth drinking on TV. Video.
This is an interesting video.
All right. I don't need everyone else. Maybe we can. Yeah. All right. I'll start with this quote. Let's see.
Okay.
Well,
I would start by saying the.
Okay.
So that's happening there. I'm going to find his quote of actually promising not to do just this. Did Pete? Yeah, of course, brother. Hegseth promise not to drink. Boop. All right. The answer. It's searching. Yes, Pete Hegseth did promise to abstain from alcohol if confirmed as Secretary of Defense. He said, he also promised senators he'd stop drinking and won't drink if confirmed. His commitment came amid allegations of past alcohol abuse. Hegseth denied having a drinking problem, saying, I've never had a drinking problem. Despite these assurances, concerns about the past behavior persisted during the confirmation process. Ultimately, he was confirmed, promised to abstain from alcohol. And then I'm just going to ask, did he? And our answer here, All right. Now you tell me what you see here. I'm going to flip-flop this camera real quick. Flippity-flip-flop. All right. Oh, click it.
You tell me what you see. Thank you so much for watching. If you're liking this video, please hit like on the video. And if you're not
follow that guy too for posting this, I guess.
Thanks so much.
All right.
From an international outlet with the U.S. outlet. Pardon me, sir. What we're going to take from the U.S. is Logan Rattick from Newsmax, please.
Who knows? Actually, you know what? Second glance,
Yeah.
could have been water.
Now, I did find a clip of
But that is straight
Hegseth
a
drinking
whiskey
water.
glass right there in a sense. But
that looks different than
there are
this.
things
That's
to
all I'm
be
going to say.
looking
Let's
at.
watch one more
There are
time.
things to take into account.
There
I
are
gotta shut this
more.
guy up. Sorry. But things that make you think. But yeah, Agnes, it looked like water to you. All right. Like I said, just re-looking at it. Things you got to do. Always relook, reevaluate, and hopefully he stays true to this. But yeah, that kind of looked like a water glass. Normally you see water glasses in tall glasses, but you know what? Maybe he said a little too soon, and then we say, hey, you know what? I'm sorry about that. But we could point out other contradictions, like again, trying to steal the election, fake slate of electorates. That is something that is a for sure. We could also look at, Trump wanting to flatten Gaza and start it over with our money. That's happening. Like I said, this is small fry shit. Even getting something like that wrong doesn't mean everything you say is wrong. I'm not grasping at straws. It's something I've seen, and we talk about it, and we go, you know what? That's not enough to damn somebody yet. But Keep an eye on that guy. Let's see here. Caught drinking on the job? Question mark. You know what? I almost believe it would have been like, hey, you know what? Put the water in a drinking in a whiskey glass, just so we can just upset some people. That could be a thing. But again, we can just dismiss that. Still talk about how unqualified the fucker is, just in general. Just let that be. We could talk about how unqualified Musk is doing what he's doing and the conflict of interest that you see. Did you smell alcohol? Quit spreading. Did I smell alcohol? No, it was on the computer. And I'm not spreading lies. I'm correcting them. Did you not hear me just go, eh? Like, I even said it before I read your comment. I'm like, you know what? That actually looks like it could be water. I said that before even reading your comment. So respect that, right? Respect me. And then, but yeah, I would like to hear your take on. Actually, Agnes, come on up and talk with me. It sounds like, oh, don't want to hit that button. Yeah, no, come on. It sounds like you would have a good conversation in the sense, like you sound, you voted Trump. I'm pretty sure why is it not giving me no options to say, hey, I can block you, I can mute you, I can mark. Quickly spot the viewer's interactions in your live. What? What does that do? Oh, I can see all just your comments. Is that what that's saying? Interesting. Look at these buttons I can press. Interact. Hey, what is this? AI wallpaper. Together we create. Use keywords and let AI generate your desired wallpaper once it's applied. Up to 8 guests will take turns adding keywords to co-create. AI wallpaper is only available in the grid layout. Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's cool. Guests. Here we go. Oh, I don't see you. Where'd you go? Where'd you go, girl? I don't know. I guess you're still out there, but I can't find the button. But there's a button right down there to request yourself up. I encourage it. I would love to have just a conversation with you and ask why you voted Trump and if it's coming. Like, are those lower grocery prices what you voted for? Did you vote for no one dying in wars that we, award the aggressor? Like, what? I'm curious. I am curious. By the way, let me give a little restart real quick, guys. Welcome, Positively Diverse, live on TikTok, as well as YouTube on the side. So if you enjoy our conversations and you came in late and you'd like to see what we've been talking about, you find us over there under the same name. Please tap your screens. It's how we get further. I see 3.1 thousand on my end. Ryan did tell me he got it up to 5,000, but, conflicting things happening. So what we're also going to do is encourage you guys to tap. We're going to encourage you guys to hit that follow up in the corner and get notifications. And I think I might hit a restart here in a second, just because I feel like, the draw kind of died down and I feel like we can bring people do more of a draw. So what I'm going to encourage is go ahead, hit that follow, don't lose us. And I'm going to hit that restart and we're going to just kind of see what a fresh new restart would do, because I would like to encourage more people to be in here for more conversation. So do that before you miss the chance and we'll see how this goes. Peace out, everybody. Be right back.
Court may impose a
There we go. How's it going, everybody? I'm going to go ahead and adjust this camera a little bit. There we go. So it's still the same episode over here on YouTube. When I say that, it's because we're live on YouTube now. We are was going to say, we are using and utilizing the YouTube platform while simultaneously going live on TikTok. I believe everything is, yeah. I'm live on YouTube. Look at that. Look at that. All right, over there. Maybe there's a way I can also bring up the chat on that end. Would I be able to do that?